In my previous lecture, I have told you how the modern world is shaped through industrialization. In this chapter, I will tell you some aspects of the histories of native people of America and Australia. You have already studied in theme 8 that how South America was colonized by the people of Spain and Portugal, and that is why South America is also known as Latin America, because most of the people speak Latin in Western Europe. Now, in this chapter, I will tell you how North America became the colony of the people of Europe, of Britain, France and Russia, and how they settled down and pushed the natives, or as they called them aborigines, were pushed to very remote areas which were known as reservations. Some of them even died because there was scarcity of food and other means of living. Now, in the 19th and 20th century, people from Asian countries, they also migrated to some of these countries, because the people of Europe who have settled down in North America and they have formed their colonies, they were not familiar with the climate of North America and also the unseen dangers, and so they were hesitating to do the work, especially in the farmlands, and so mostly they hired the laborers from Asia and other African countries. Most of the people, they were brought as slaves and they were forced to work in their big lands. And most of the laborers, they migrated in America, and later they settled down in America. Today, these Europeans and Asians form the majority in these countries, and the number of the native inhabitants are very small. Means only you can see the migrant people over there. Mostly the people who have settled down, they are the Europeans, the white people, and then the colored people, as they were considered as, like the people from Asia, India, as well as China and other neighboring countries. And then those who were brought as slaves, they were the Africans. So mostly the population of America, that is the North America, comprises of these migrants, the people from other countries who have settled down in North America. And the original inhabitants of these countries, they were pushed and they were forced to live in such a small place that many of them died, and so only a small proportion of these natives are left in America. They are hardly seen in the towns, and people have forgotten that they once occupied much of the country, and that the names of many rivers, towns, etc., are derived from their name, local names such as Ohio, Mississippi, Seattle in the USA, Saskatchewan in Canada, Wollongong and Parramatta in Australia. Okay, now I am going to start with the notes that I have prepared. Okay, so from where I have taken, what sources were used. First of all, as the natives of the North America, they belonged to the tribal communities, so they did not have any scripture, and so whatever languages they were speaking, they were only having the oral version of it, means that is they did not have a scripture of it, so no written evidence is found, and it was in the form of oral history of the natives, which passes from one generation to another generation in the form of folklores or folk songs. Historical and fiction work were written by natives, galleries and museum of native art. Okay, so these are some of the evidences which tells about the native people of North America, which are almost on the verge of extinction. Now, the European immigration, means these people of Europe, they started after the discovery of the Caribbean islands by Christopher Columbus in 1492. When he came back from his voyage, from his long voyage and his stay from the Caribbean islands, when he went back he returned back to his own country, he had brought much gold with him, because gold and silver, they were basically found over there. So the people of the Europe, they were also allured to go in these distant lands, these distant continents, and to become rich, because at that time industrialization has already started, and this industrialization first took place in Britain during the end of the 17th century. But this industrialization had led to the emergence of two new social groups, that is the capitalist and the labor class. And these capitalists who were investing their money for establishing the industries, they were trying to get more and more profit by exploiting the poor labor class. And even the population of the village, most of these workers, which comprised of the agricultural workers, they were also migrating towards the cities in search of work, so they formed the labor class. So there was abundance of labor class, and so these capitalists were getting an opportunity to exploit more and more labor class by giving them very less wages. And at that time, even the condition of the towns where they were living is very unhygienic, because they were not getting any place to live, so they were forced to live in the slums where the conditions were very unhygienic, and so they were more prone to all type of epidemics and the diseases caused due to the pollution, or like TB, and which is known as tuberculosis, cholera and all that, and they were dying. So when these Europeans, when they came to know about about the continent of North America and South America, so South America was already colonized by the people of Spain and Portugal, as I have already told you. And when North America, they came to know about North America, and North America was named after Amerigo Vespucci, who first discovered and who has written about North America in his travelogue. So they were all eager to go and settle down in North America, because they have heard that still the land is not so much inhabited, and there is much space where they could settle down, and they could also exploit the natural resources and could become rich. So they were just all the Europeans, mostly all the European of Britain, France and Russia, they wanted to go over there. Okay, the so I have told you. So these people who have migrated to North America and settled down, they were known as settlers by the native people. The inhabitants might have some from Asia through a land bridge across the Bering Strait some 30,000 years before. So these Europeans, when they try to know more about the history of these natives, whom they used to call the aborigines, they also said कि the native people of the America, they are not the real inhabitants. They have also migrated from Asia some 30,000 years ago, because their color is just like same, their color, their physical appearance and everything is just like the people of Asia. Now, how they used to live? They used to live in the groups along river valley before the advent of Europeans. Means they were living a tribal life. They were having their own community and their own customs, and still they were primitive and they were living a tribal life.
वीडियो बना रही थी क्या? यही होना चाहिए। वीडियो बना रही हूँ मैं अपना टेक कर अगला चलो जैसे फोर्थ हो गई ना ये फोर्थ है वो करने सकता
The countries like Holland, France and England began to expand. Okay, this I have already told you. The native people led a simple life. They did not claim their rights over the land. Means they were just living a life of a tribal community. They were having their own languages. About 200 languages were spoken in this large area, and each tribe have their own community, their own customs and traditions. And the inhabitants of the North America used to live in group before the advent of the Europeans. Okay. The people of North America believed in subsistence economy. Means they used to practice agriculture, and through the agriculture, that is the shifting agriculture, they used to sustain their life. Mostly they used to grow corn and wheat, because the grassland, prairies passes through the USA, and therefore USA is also known as the wheat basket of the world. And even they used to do hunting and gathering. So wild bisons, most of the area of North America at that time was covered with forest, about 80%. And over there, their native animal, means the main animal that used to roam about was wild bison. So they used to kill the wild bison for their purpose of fooding, and they used to do agriculture, that is the shifting agriculture, and in this way they used to sustain their life. Technique of clothes weaving, means they were also very skilled in weaving clothes, and they were very good artisans. So some of their artifacts were even sold by the Europeans to their own native countries. And the Europeans that have migrated, they first came as buyers of their products, like they wanted to take the animal skin as for making the woolen coats and all that, and even the fishes from Canada, and they were welcomed by the natives, and in exchange they used to give, these Europeans gave them some unused things which they have brought with them, like their iron utensils and even the guns and all that. Okay, now, but these Europeans, they were mostly more concerned with finding of the gold, because they have heard that this North America is very rich in gold mines. So they wanted to know about, they wanted to do the discovery of the gold and silver mines. So this was known as the gold rush and the growth of industries. In the 1840, traces of gold were found in the USA in California. This led to the gold rush when thousands of eager Europeans hurried to America in the hope of making a good fortune. This led to the building of railway lines across the continent. Industries developed to manufacture railway equipment, to produce machinery which would make large scale farming easier. Employment generation led to the growth of towns and industries. In 1860, the USA was undeveloped economy, but within 30 years, in 1890, it was the leading industrial power in the world. So this much I would like to explain. Rest I will explain in the next lecture. Thank you very much, students.